Okay, so the fire alarm in here is a one-leaf standalone fire alarm. Well, I say standalone, it just does this building, but it's linked to the main system. So basically, if the fire alarm goes off in here, it will come up with zone 1 LED on there. It will come up with a fire indication. And also that will trigger an output on that relay, which will then trigger the other panel off. And the other panel will come up with zone 40. And it'll say nursery fire alarm panel or something along those lines.
So the fire alarm going off in here will trigger the whole building?
Yeah, and vice versa. If this one's the cause, it will obviously tell you where the fire is. If you went to the main panel first, that would just say nursery fire alarm, so you'd have to come here to find out the cause. Because you've got to come here to find out the cause, obviously you're just better off resetting from here, which I've programmed as non-latching, so that will automatically reset the main system. You'll have about a 10-second delay, but it will reset it. Vice versa, if the main panel goes off, it will trip over here. The difference is it will come up with zone 2 rather than 1. So 1 is activated from here, zone 2 is activated from the main building. And again, the main building will be the cause, so that'll tell you where the fire is. This one will just say main building fire alarm. So you do your silence, you reset, you investigating everything from there.
Is the library connected back, or like, is it just this?
The library's on the main system. It's literally from this side of these doors.
So it's just the nursery area that's on that.
It's programmed as full one out, all out. So even if this triggers, it will trigger the full building, sound is everywhere, release all the doors, the BMS, trigger the signalling, literally everything, and vice versa. So if that one goes off, it will release these doors and trigger sounds in here. Obviously the main panel's got its own access code. I can't put the same access code in here because, as you can see, you've only got 4 numbers. The other one's got an 8 in the digits which I can't program. So this has just got a default code of 134422. So if it does go off, you'll need that access code before you can silence it.
Right.
It's basically clockwise, going all the way around.
Yeah.
1 digit, 1 digit, 2 digits, 2 digits.
Yeah.
That's how your code works. That will then give you control enable, so you press enter. That will put you into the menu so you can navigate through. If there's anything disabled, isolated, you can view disablements there.
Yeah.
Clear system faults you won't need to worry about. If there's a system fault, we need to be coming out and looking at it anyway. Test indications just basically lights all the panel up, tells you all the LEDs are working. Zone options, that's such as isolating a zone. You've only got zone 1 and zone 2 anyway. So if I isolated zone 2, the other panel wouldn't trip this because I've turned that zone off. If you isolate zone 1, it would turn all your fire detection off in this area. Disablement options is the same thing as zone options really. Setting date and time, obviously self-explanatory. Alarm count just tells you how many activations it's had. Fire event log obviously goes to the events, tells you what device went into fire, what time and what date. General event log is other things like faults and isolations, things like that. Then obviously exit menu takes you back round. So if it does go off, you'll need your code to log in, followed by the middle button, which will put you into your controls, which enables all these buttons then. So obviously find out what your cause is. Silence alarms, if you hold that for a second, that will stop all your sounders from ringing. And it will also stop the sounders on the other buildings. I'll program that as alarm output and vice versa. As soon as you mute the sounders, it'll mute the other sounders as well. Mute buzzer will stop the buzzer from beeping on the panel. And then it's just a case of reset after you've cleared wherever the cause of the fire is.
Ruin is reset then, yeah.
Yeah. So it's usually your process is same on the other panel, silence, mute, and then when you're ready to reset, if it's a break glass that's been pushed, once you reset that, you can then reset the panel. So as soon as you've silenced, you'll have probably 10-second delay, and then the other panel will silence as well. And then if you just scroll back one step, that's exit. Again, like the CCTV, it will time out after 5 minutes anyway, but if not, if you just press exit, that'll disable the buttons so no one can come along and evacuate the building by pressing that. Again, sound alarms does what it says, but it will sound alarms everywhere. It won't trigger your output, so it won't shut gas off, it won't release doors. It will literally ring you everywhere in the building.
Like any evacuation.
Yeah.
It's just saying it's
And same the other way as well, if you press sound alarms on that, to trigger these sounders, but your doors will stay locked down, your gas will carry on running, things like that.
But if that sound is pressed, does it still go through to the main control? No.
It'll go through, it'll trigger your main control over there. And your
On that,
sounders.
you know, they will record.
It won't trigger any
No.
signalling.
No.
So anything that's classed as a plant output or signalling, which
Yeah,
is similar to a plant output, it won't affect that.
Because
It's
sometimes they
literally
use
just-
it as a sort of, you know, for doing a minute silence or something like that.
Yeah.
Once or twice just to...
We get it quite a lot with people testing fire alarms where we get called out, they'll say, I've hit sound alarms and my doors are still locked.
Oh,
It literally just does
That's the
what it
point.
says, it sounds the alarms, so it doesn't shut anything else off.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.